This is the Entrepreneur Unleashed Show, episode 84, with Devani Freeman. Hi, I'm Patty Keating, and I believe entrepreneurs are the future of the world. Over the past 2 decades, I've built 4 businesses in alignment with my values, giving me the freedom to live where I want and do what I love. I'm here to tell you that creating your successful business does not require struggle or sacrifice. So, how do you create the lifestyle business you love doing only what you love? Welcome to the Entrepreneur Unleashed podcast. I am so excited to introduce you today to Devani Freeman. She's known to many as an intuitive business and marketing strategist that helps women grow their businesses with soul-aligned strategies. She helps women entrepreneurs confidently fill their offerings with soulmate clients by harnessing the power of magnetic messaging, online visibility, paid ads, lucrative launching, and energy alignment. She infuses her marketing wisdom, intuition, and energy work to support her clients' results. In addition, Devani runs a boutique social media management and Facebook ad agency supporting clients with high-level done-for-you services. Devani, hello.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. It's so good to hear your story, get to know you a little bit better, and introduce you to my listeners. Is there anything you'd like to add to the introduction?
I think you've covered a lot of it. Yeah.
So let's dive in. So what inspired you to start your business?
Freedom.
Yeah.
Freedom. I wanted more freedom, financial freedom, time freedom. Found myself one day working in a job where I didn't feel as free as I knew I could be. And I had been an entrepreneur prior to that, building a business as a hairstylist, and then got into marketing and worked in corporate America. And that's when I was like, oh, I'm not cut out for corporate America. I was like, get me out of this. Yeah.
That's awesome. And so where did you go from there? Like, what did you start when you realized you really wanted freedom?
Yeah. So I have like a very logical, like grounded mind. So I was like, okay, in marketing, I'm serving these clients. And on the side, I had started a home-based business where I was selling a product that was in the health and wellness. And I started learning about all of these online marketing strategies of positioning yourself as an expert, building an email list, using social media, all these really cool tools and strategies. And that's when a light bulb came off, because at the time I was working in a corporate job where I was working with small local businesses. And I was like, these strategies that I'm learning for online marketing for this product-based business, I was like, what if I applied this to local businesses, which I had experience in? And I just got a handful of clients where I managed their social media and their online marketing, and I could easily replace the income. I had it all mapped out. And so that was my plan of action. So I took the leap, which was like so scary. And I ended up landing a local restaurant lounge. And then later it was like a nightclub. And I took on all their social media and their marketing. I did event planning, I brought networking events. I started bringing together other women entrepreneurs. It was really cool, really fun. And it definitely took me a while to get to like where I wanted to be money-wise, because there's so much that you're struggling with in the beginning, right? Like confidence, like what am I doing? How do I do all this stuff? But it was like a really fun learning experience of doing the deep dive into it.
So what kind of obstacles showed up? You went all in, you're going for it, you've got the freedom. What happened that was a little bit challenging?
Yeah, I would say confidence for sure. Like charging prices. So for me, I started with more of a model where I was doing all the social media content creation and management. And then I got to the point where I had too many clients and I couldn't take on any more clients without support. And so that was a big obstacle that came on, is like, okay, I actually need to lose money for a little bit to hire someone and then raise my prices a little bit at the same time. So it was almost like taking like 2 steps back to take 5 steps forward. So that was a challenge that I had to get through. And then trusting someone to be able to create as good content, to be able to manage, to be able to, treat clients as if they were their own. So that was a big obstacle that I ran into. And then the confidence of like charging more and like continually like getting out of that rut of undercharging, because oftentimes we equate our worthiness with what we're charging. And so there's a lot of like inner blocks I had to work through with that to be able to charge valuable price.
Absolutely. I hear that from almost every entrepreneur. I've gone through it, and the people I know go through it. My clients go through it. It's a up leveling, and
yeah,
it can stop you or it can propel you forward.
Exactly.
Like, what would you say the biggest lesson you learned from that was?
The biggest lesson that I learned from that is there will always be a market that will pay higher fees. Just like there's always a market that will shop at Nordstrom's versus Target. Like there is a market of people that want to pay premium fees. Like they actually like feel better when they pay those premium fees or whatever that is. And so me understanding and working through my own blocks to be able to embody that and understand that, and knowing that my ideal clientele is wanting to pay higher fees because they want higher quality level of service. They don't want a Target experience. They want more of a Nordstrom shopping experience. Yeah. So really understanding that, because often we can either compare ourselves or we can justify based on our own pocketbook versus like, no, you actually need to step into your ideal client. If you could wave a magic wand and that's the client that you want, it's totally possible to have that. So how do you need to show up? What kind of pricing do you know that would be a heck yes for them, and being able to do the work internally to be able to step into that.
Yeah, that's big. And it's so valuable.
Yeah.
So tell us what you're passionate about right now. What's going on?
Okay. So right now I'm doing so many launches. Like it's so exciting. So I've really become a launch queen for clients where they come to us. A lot of women that are coaches, healers, they're doing exceptional work. I just had a recent client that's got an incredible shaman school teaching people how to activate their intuitive gifts. And they come to us when they're ready to expand their visibility. And we can do that with the magic of Facebook ads. It's incredible. We can reach however many people they have with whatever budget, and be able to have them build a deep relationship in a quick period of time through the strategies that we use. And so it's just really fulfilling. It's really fun. And like so many people are waking up right now on the planet and stepping into being like, wow, I think I need a coach. Like I need to do this inner work, or I want to step into my healing abilities or whatever that may be. And so I'm really excited about that. And then number 2, I just started another business, which I'm really excited about. We've partnered with someone and we are creating a homeschool course for conscious parents that want to be able to teach their children in a way that activates their soul's innate wisdom. There's so many parents that are confused what to do right now with the school. Yes. Are we on lockdown? We've got mass things that are traumatizing children right now that they have no idea. And so we have my partner, Ina, homeschooled her children for 17 years, and they're in the most grounded, strong, incredible, successful children, graduated with honors, are in college. And so I'm super excited because near and dear, I also had an awful experience for myself in school when I was in 7th grade. My mom pulled me out. I basically did alternative school and homeschooled myself all through high school. I graduated early. So I have firsthand experience of the wonders it can do when we're not in the public school system. So I'm just really excited for us to get this information in the hands of parents that are ready.
I am so happy to hear that. One of the projects we're working on right now is called Kids Unleashed. And it's
oh my gosh, we're gonna have to talk more.
we do, because what you're saying is very complimentary. We want to get kids life skills, self-sufficiency skills, and entrepreneurial skills.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I really believe the healing of the planet starts with our children.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Yeah.
We can and we underestimate them. We undervalue them. Not everybody, but as a society. And there's so much they can contribute, and they're stuffed into these, containers called school and told they have to learn a certain way, and they don't.
Right.
Yeah.
And the school curriculum is based because schools only get funding when children pass tests.
Yep.
And so they have to stay in this box of what's under these tests, even though these teachers know oh my gosh, they need to be learning this and need to be learning this, but then the school doesn't get the funding.
Yeah.
The more I'm diving down this rabbit hole, I'm just
it's amazing, isn't it? I've got some other people I've been talking with, so we'll chat offline and see how we can help each other.
Yeah.
I love that.
So it's fun because now I'm going through my own launch and using all my strategies and my team and getting it to do it for myself in addition for clients. So it's exciting right now.
I gotta watch that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what's your vision? Let's go out 5 years. What do you see?
Oh man. 5 years. Yeah. So I see myself still having my agency and taking on a few select clients, again, kind of that Nordstrom feel of a few that really value the high touch, high level. And I see myself also working with children in a way, and sensitive children. And I don't know exactly what that looks like, but I feel it. And
I see it in you.
Yeah. In addition to the marketing, I intensively study energy healing. And so been really activating my gifts, which helps me to pass along in the marketing world, which is really cool, and how we can use that, and also ready to see what expands with this homeschool and working with kids and empathic children, because I'm highly sensitive and did not know I had the proper attunement. I mean, my parents did the best that they could. And so, something with that.
Yeah. Okay. I love it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your growth along the way. What's the best advice you ever received?
I mean, the one that's coming to me right now is every no that you get is your next level closer to an yes. Because if I would have stopped when I would get no's on that sales call, no's for whatever, so many no's. And we think that also with those no's, it comes these roadblocks, and we think, oh, maybe this is a sign that I shouldn't be doing this. And it's no, all of these obstacles are helping us to become better problem solvers. And the better problem solver you can have, the more you can get through anything, which is true entrepreneurship, is how can you solve a problem? And then how can you charge for that solution of the problem that you created? So, I would say that's probably my best advice that's coming forth. Mm-hmm.
Otherwise we stop short. So many people stop and they think that failure means something more than just part of the journey.
Yeah.
Okay, what personal growth have you experienced since that day you left corporate America?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm not even the same person. Like I was just, struggled with confidence, worthiness. Can I do this? Like I had a strong drive and it would get me so far and then I would sabotage myself. I was scared of visibility. I was scared of charging fees that, were valuable. It was like all the things, overwhelm of managing team and all of that. And so there's a lot that I've had to break through and be able to expand my container to hold more, hold a team, hold clients, all of it.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, what do you use to support you? Like, what kind of tools, gadgets? What makes your life easier now that you've got a team and two
Yeah.
businesses and an agency and all of the things?
Yes. So really big on communication. So regular team meetings. Then I love Voxer. Like we live in Voxer. It's like a walkie-talkie. It's super quick back and forth. So we can get those immediate like questions and answers. We manage all our tasks and projects in Basecamp. So that's really helpful.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also use Slack. So those three things are really supportive to be able to help to streamline communication. So those gadgets are really good. And then making sure that I'm filling my cup up first. So in the morning, am I getting in a meditation or a body movement or just time for me to connect and create alignment in myself before I just dive into work? Because I used to be one of those workaholics and would achieve, thought that love was received through my achievement. So constantly working, thinking that I needed to get to a certain level, and then realizing that doing business in the hustle energy is just a recipe for burnout and disaster. Yeah. And as soon as I worked through how I was equating worthiness with the amount of time that I was working and breaking through limiting beliefs that I have to hustle really hard in order to feel worthy to receive, I realized, wow, I can receive without killing myself, without not having a life because I'm working all the time. Because my number one intention was freedom, right? So it's interesting that some of us entrepreneurs get into entrepreneurship to have freedom, but yet we create our own jail. So got to bust through blocks around the limitations in the jail, and knowing that we can all be incredible receivers without necessarily equating amount of hours or effort or grind into it. And that's such an old paradigm that I think is like slowly starting to crumble. Yeah. That it's more about the value that you provide, yes, which comes from your energy and how you show up. Yeah. So if our cup isn't filled, then you can't show up in that powerful energy. So you think you're doing more by making your clients first, but when you make yourself first, then you're able to show up powerfully and provide the value that your clients are desiring on the other side.
Absolutely. Awesome.
Yeah.
So what resources do you recommend? Blogs, podcasts, books? What are you reading? What are you listening to? What supports you?
That's a great question. So for business, I really love James Wedmore's podcast. Uh-huh. He's really great. For inner work, I love Jim Fortin. Uh-huh. He's great podcast. One of my dear soul sisters, Christine Hasler, she's got a really great one on mindset, breaking through. A book I'm reading that I highly recommend is called The 5 Personality Patterns. Really talks about, it talks about the pattern of the overachiever and how that pattern's created. It's a fascinating book. So that's really a good one. Yeah, and then I'm also listening to My Grandmother's Hands, which is a really good one about racism and how that has been the trauma that's been created, and the deep root of how that has come into the planet. It's a fascinating book as well that I've been listening to.
You guys, we'll put all those links in the show notes. And if you're listening and you're out, it's pattykeating.com. And you can go to the search bar. Turn off my notifications. You can go to the search bar and search for Devani, and you'll find her episode, and you can click on the link and see all the cool resources she just shared. So looking back, if you were to do it all over again, what would you tell your younger self?
That's a good question. What would I tell my younger self? Don't be afraid to shine bright.
Beautiful. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing your story and your journey with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Hello and welcome. I'm recording this episode from my home office during self-quarantine as we were all asked to stay home due to the coronavirus. If you like what you hear and you'd like to hear more, please join me in my Facebook group. It's called The Unleashed Entrepreneurs. You can search that on Facebook. Come on over. It's a community of thriving entrepreneurs making a difference in the world, doing what they love, and changing lives. Hope to see you there. Enjoy the show. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Have you ever wondered what you could do to make your own business and grow it online? Head on over to pattykeating.com and take the entrepreneur code. You'll discover your unique value, your personality style, and how you can combine those two into a thriving business that helps people and lets you make money doing what you love. I'll see you there. Bye for now.